Hello, welcome to the Self-Learning Podcast by Dr. Sushma Singh. Let us start discussion on Unit 27, Media and Urban Governance. This paper attempts to address the issue of urban governance and more specifically the role of mass media in promoting good governance in the urban areas. It examines the interface between the media and governance and the role it plays in contemporary urban governance. In the recent years, urban areas, specifically the cities, are enhancing their standard to compete in the global markets, to attract investments, to be a part of global economy. Although on the one hand, cities in India it attempt to join any other global city of the world. On the other, it does not address the growing inequality and polarization within social groups and classes in the city. One of the resultant changes in the transformation is the organization of labor process and a shift from manufacturing economy to service economy. While a detailed analysis of the impact of services on the income structure in the urban area is much in the offing, however, some of the studies undertaken in other parts of the world show that the service industries have a significant effect on the growth of unemployment, paying below poverty level wages, and so on. This results in a tendency towards increased economic polarization that affect the use of land, organization of labor markets, housing, and consumption structure. What it refers to is an economy which is undergoing transition, whereby growth contributes to inequality among the existing groups in the city. Indeed, today there is a growing disparity, social inequality, and poverty in the urban areas. It is equally alarming that in spite of growing poverty and inequality at the urban centers, the growth of urban population in India is less likely to recede. What is peculiar is the growth of the urban population at the cost of the urban centers and decline of service provisions to attend the new migrants in the city. Although urban India contributes to 70% of GDP, at the same time it faces enormous challenges. Most cities are lacking basic infrastructure, urban utility services, and governance mechanism. The urban poor lack today adequate housing and social infrastructure, access to clean, regular supply of water, adequate sanitation facilities, comprehensive solid and liquid waste management systems. Problems faced by slum settlements, inequitous distribution of resources, and lack of access to the basic services to socially and economically disadvantaged groups, and finally, lack of information regarding citizens' needs and grievances. Really, mass media helps in bringing to attend the plight of the poor to the larger society or to the government of the day. Today, urban poor has landed up in a no entry zone where the privileges of past welfare policies are withdrawn and suddenly they are faced post welfare economy without any support to fall back upon. This is also a move from government to governance whereby other stakeholders are being asked to come to the rescue of the urban poor. Today, the urban centers are becoming more diverse. At the same time, they are becoming more connected. Media reach, once bounded by the city, are more segmented by taste, identity, and ideology, and more geographically unbounded. Media serves as the connective tissue between the urban poor and the government. But changes in the media system have threatened the bonds between media people and government. These changes include consolidated ownership, looser definition of public service obligations for broadcasters, and a variety of internet related changes in the way both the people and governments function. The new media prompt people to explore the potential for revitalization of governance structures. Amidst these social transformations, the media, new and old, big and small, are both part of the process and interprets of the process. But for a better urban governance, there is a need of developing a complex mechanisms, processes and institutions through which citizens and groups can articulate their interests, mediate their differences, and exercise their legal rights and obligations. Governance includes the state but transcends it by taking in the private sector and civil society. The state creates a conducive political and legal environment. The private sector generates jobs and income opportunities, and the civil society facilitates political and social interaction, mobilizing urban marginal groups to participate in economic, social, and political activities. The present unit focuses on these issues and exemplifies the role of mass media in the process of urban governance. Now let us wind up the session and take rest. Thank you very much for engaging yourself with the self-learning podcast.